When the sun went down, the mother of all storms blew outside, so we couldn't go out there and do any repairs. What we could do now was pray that the old dormitory could withstand it, and I wait for the typhoon to pass. Hey, that girl Asa seems to be interested in gliders.
Oh, really?
I was telling Gajia who was helping to make dinner. About the twins. Because it looks like she won't be able to go home tonight, it seems that Gajia will be staying in Katori's room. I asked her if she'd like to come and see us fly next time. Her eyes sparkled and she said, "Okay!" That's great, isn't it?
You've been checking them out the whole time, isn't that cute?
No, I don't mean it like that. That's what they call lolicon, isn't it? What the hell is that? Hold on, I need to check something. Yep, still got Dragon Ball Z going in the background. I wasn't paying attention. Yes, I am. Katori, who had been quietly chopping the vegetables, joined the conversation. You idiot, what the hell do you mean? They're only 2 years younger than me. That's not lolicon. What the hell is lolicon? Am I even saying that right? Is that like pedophilia? Yahoo answers, you're my boy. I'm just curious, okay. The sexual attraction to young girls. Oh, okay. Is it? Oh, yeah, go-like! That would be good.
Oh, you're good at looking after people, so you'd be a sucker for someone who needs a lot of attention.
She says as she looks at Katori from the side. Katori doesn't notice her looking as she mumbles things like, "That's so cute, isn't it?" While chopping up the cabbage. Yeah. We couldn't go shopping that tonight, so we were making I won't actually try and say it right. Okonomiyaki, fried omelette type thing, from the food we had left over. Anyway, can you guys take back all the manga and other things that you left in my room? If you don't, I'm going to throw them out.
Hey, I was lending them to you. You should read them. They're really interesting. Then we can have exciting discussions about them.
Okay, if I have time. Hey, exactly how much of an age gap do you need for it to be called lolicon? Oh my god, drop it, woman. Forget about that, just chop the vegetables, will ya? The raging storm shook Flying Fish manure. Hi. Are you really planning on living here? Yeah, because of the glider. This must be destiny! You think so too, don't you, Yaro? Destiny is just a load of nonsense. Sis, you're such a romanticist. That's alright, isn't it? I don't care if you never understand how I feel. It's more girly to be a romanticist. Yeah, I'm not that girly anyway. Also, there's something else that I thought was good. What's that? Oh. Everyone smells so happy to be aiming for the sky. Wow! The wind is really strong. The building might come crashing down while we're sleeping. Oh my god, just get that shit-eating grin off. Yoro, let's stay together. Whatever shall we do? Yoro! That was my Screamo version. Did you like it? I need to take a breath. Ah! The next day, the typhoon had passed, and a blue sky spread over Kazgura. Oh god, we have to talk to her, that's right. So that's why we asked for your favourable consideration, President. Please consider it. Please! Standing behind Katori, we bow our heads. This is our 4th grade classroom. Looks exactly the same as the whatever grade we were in. Yesterday, we were ordered to go to the student council room, so we decided to take the initiative and go to Akari's classroom. We said the matter frankly. We are making an application for the revival of the Soaring Club. It was a negotiation to restore the Soaring Club, which lost its status last year. The matter has already been rejected, Katori. But that was under the previous student council, right? We thought that you might have different ideas. The title of leader of the Soaring Society isn't just a decoration. For a year, Katori has been negotiating with the Student Council for the revival of the Soaring Club. However, the previous Student Council president had said that, I don't think that Mr. Tobioka would allow it. That was a typical example of someone who was afraid to rock the boat baby, rock the boat, don't tip the boat over. The previous Student Council was dissolved, and in the election held a few days ago, Akari was chosen as the new Student Council president. In her case, she might actually listen to what we have to say, so Katori finally had grounds for negotiation. Kari was deep in thought as she stared at the application petition for the revival of the club. Watched over her with tense expressions. If it isn't officially recognized as a club, there are a few circumstances that we could spell trouble for her. First is the issue of the ownership of the glider. That is probably of the Soaring Club, so if it becomes a club again, it would be officially recognized as under our ownership. It was built using club funds, which is why it was taken away by the school, along with the club status. In actuality, over half the funds for the construction were paid by Amane herself. There was only the problem of the club's funds. Currently, we are facing a serious shortage of funds. The parts and funds and materials come from Majir and Katori helping out at Anchan's place, but the transport costs for Gia and I to go to the airfield, and the cost of the flight training is no joke. Our intention is to use the funds to help cover these costs, even if only by a little. Another thing, the fact that we can't use the school facilities. For the manufacturing of the parts, even if we want to use the school's equipment, they won't give us permission. Everyone just uses it freely, but Mr. Tobioka keeping an eye on us. Being found out could cause problems. Lastly, we don't have anywhere to conduct our activities. As a result, we had to occupy the room used by the Kizato sisters. We can't continue to use the dormitory as our base of operations. Please, Student Council President, we know that we were serious about carrying out our club's activities. You know that we were serious about carrying out our club's activities.
That's right. To K4 Academy, there's no other club which has such fitting club activities, don't you think?
Everyone was desperately pleading with her, but before that, glare. Akari stared at us with a scary expression on her face. There's something I want to ask you all. It's about the glider that disappeared from the storeroom. Her voice dropped down a tone. That alone was enough to make us cower in fear. Whatever do you mean? Even if we were totally busted, we had no choice but to play dumb. Akari is usually a fair person, but she wouldn't be that flexible. If it was clear that we had taken it away, she would definitely have to take action. Someone sneaked into the storeroom and stole the glider that was being kept here. I wonder who would carry away such an enormous thing as that. The way she said it made it sound like she was implying, I know it was you. She's completely right though. The thing with the glider was a huge miscalculation on our part. We knew that it would be a big disadvantage when it came to applying for a nice space, the restoration of the club, but it couldn't be avoided. Knowing that this would happen, we came to her first to negotiate. Could it be some kind of geek? Like an airplane geek? Maybe they really wanted it no matter what geek. As I desperately tried to make a suitable answer, Kari looks towards me. You're saying it wasn't you? It wasn't. Oh wait. I answer while choking on my words. My heart feels heavy as Akari's eyes, full of righteousness, shoot to gaze right through me. Very well, however, if it is made clear that you have been committing any form of misconduct, there is no way I can defend you, so be warned. Okay. Without thinking, I answer honestly, and the cheers gave me a poke in the ribs. That was like I was saying, actually, we stole it. Even so, it was arranged that it would be donated to the museum last week. This seems like a very good timing, doesn't it? said Akari as she caught out a glimpse of our expressions. It seems that she'd like to know about it. About who leaked the information to us. Was it seriously Arsehole that told us? If it was Arsehole, I'm still not gonna like him. Akari! At that moment, Matsuka appeared, calling out in a frivolous voice. What time does the student council meeting start? 4 PM, Matsuka. So you're free until then? You wanna go somewhere for a cup of tea? What are you guys doing here? That burned him, Matsuka. He's only just realized we're here. What are you doing?
We came to apply for the restoration of the club.
So you can just get the hell out of here.
Ah,
What kind of attitude? What's with the attitude? I'm a member of the student council. Matsuka sticks his chest out in a patronizing kind of way. Oh yeah, that's right. He joined the student council this year as its secretary. So does that mean Akari is going to bang him and rape him? Before. In response to Matsuga, Akari glared at him. What's the problem, Akari? We're having an important conversation right now. It's about the glider being stolen. I thought it was very strange from the very beginning that it would be stolen just before it was about to be donated to the museum. If we assumed that the culprit was a regular student, how would they have gotten that information? Oh, Matsutsuga. I hope you get busted, my friend. Oh, well, just how did they know that? I'm not so clever. I really... Aji and I look at each other. Isn't there a better way we can try to trigger? Akari seemed convinced by this poor attempt at deceiving her, and didn't pursue it any further. For the time being, it's good that she didn't find the perpetrator who leaked the information. By the way, this is kind of besides the point, but it looks like Matsuga has broken up with his girlfriend, who he was in a band with. According to him, the reason was because of musical differences. What? According to Ajia, he got dumped. That's the truth. Every guy doesn't want to admit that he got dumped. After that, he met the girl he was destined to be with. An older girl called Akari Kamai. Then, in order to chase after her, he joined the student council. What an ass. That's the end of that little side story. As for the club having lost its status, it's as we discussed before. I feel sympathetic to your cause, but there's nothing I can do about it. Right after Amane left, it was decided in a staff meeting that the club would have its status repealed without any notification, and then the garage would be forcibly taken from us and demolished. This was all under the instruction of Mr. Tobioka. Oh, I hope we slap him right in the face, mate. Some of the students were against it, but Mr. Tobioka went ahead and forced it to be demolished. The reason was that this had been promised from the beginning. Actually, I don't approve of it either. The conduction of the club losing its status was simply that there was no other members besides Senior Mochizuki. Whereas in actual fact, all of you guys were there too. In spite of that, it was decided that the club's status would be repealed just for the convenience of the teaching staff. That is a malicious infringement on the autonomy of the student council. If I had been student council president at the time, I would have put up more of a fight. She spoke with her fists clenched and a furrowed brow, and she looked genuinely frustrated. She won't forgive those who selfishly ignore the rules, even if they are teachers. So that's what happened. She's the one who, when all is said and done, was working hard to help the Soren Club to survive, and putting pressure on Amane, who had been continuing with the club all by herself. At the time when the club was in danger of being shut down. She's strict, but really, she's a good person. So please allow our revival! Yes, President. The decision to repeal its status should never have been made. This is a big chance to make ourselves heard, but Akari shook her head. Why not? Because it doesn't fulfill the conditions of being a club. First, you don't have enough members. Now there are only 3 members. To be a club, you need at least 4. Next to the validity of the club's activities. Well, there are no problems there. This is about whether or not the activities are suitable for a student club. There's no problems as far as that goes. There's a lack of qualified personnel. That is a serious problem. If you're talking about a pilot's license, I always got one. That's not enough though, is it? Well, as the pilot, you also need qualifications for the equipment. Things like gliders cannot be administered without qualified personnel. Before, Amane had all the necessary qualifications, so it wasn't a problem. Finally, there's the absence of an advisor. Mr. Yamanobe had until last year been the advisor for Ju when the Soaring Club lost its status. He was under the close scrutiny from Mr. Tobioka, and had to deal with a super problem child like Mane Mochizuki. So it was no wonder a third of his hair had gone white, despite still being quite young. He's timid, but a decent guy and a good teacher though. If you can't solve all the aforementioned problems, there's no way I can accept your application. You're so stingy! Whoa. Stingy? Even if the student council allows him, Mr. Tobio wouldn't allow it, would he? Since when did this guy become the bloody president? I mean, the principal. He said prime minister. The way she spoke was quite gentle, but what she really meant was, there's no way Mr. Tobioka will let this slide if he can't fulfill the minimum conditions. In other words, you're saying it's not entirely impossible? Probably not. If you commit these conditions, we in the student council will negotiate with the teaching staff. With a look on her face that said, this is what being fair is all about, Akari reassured us. Thank you very much, President. We bow as well make our way out of the 4th grade classroom. Make sure that the glider isn't found, okay? Okay. You're so honest. As I empathetically reply, Akari treated it as a joke and paid no attention. Crap, she got us. I didn't think you guys would be actually go ahead and steal it. As we stepped out of the hallway, Matsuzuka came straight over to protest.
So what did you think we were gonna do?
Well, the one who gave us the news that the glider would be donated to the museum was none other than this guy. It seems he found out because it came up in the student council agenda. We didn't steal it, we took it back. It belongs to us after all. Yeah, but there must have been a better way than this. What do you mean? In the past we used to play way more pranks than this with Anchan, didn't we? Ajia says, yep, as she nods.
We didn't we? Then we got in a big trouble.
I'm not like you guys. I'm an honest kind of guy. How much hard work did we put into making that thing? What do you think about it? What you did was no big deal. That's what I thought, which is why I told you. Just don't get reckless. Yeah, thanks for helping out. Bitch, get out of here. No one likes you.